couldn't build their own. They can't believe my growth. They see the change, the tone.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this series we're going to be going over Neptune in the houses, okay? Neptune in the houses, and in this episode we're going to be talking about the 6th house. So having Neptune in your 6th house, okay? And you guys know I have to remind you to check out my music if you enjoyed the little snippet of music in the beginning of this video. That's my new single, Can't Take the Throne. Definitely check it out here on YouTube. All you have to do is type my name and it'll definitely pop up. You can also check it out on Spotify and Apple Music. Also, follow me on TikTok. That's at Sam_Dolphin. Okay, you can follow me there. And also, if you want to book a reading with me, I do astro birth chart readings as well as tarot. All you have to do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. samastroreadings@gmail.com, and we can definitely go forward with that. So, getting back into Neptune in the 6th house. Neptune in the 6th house. And the first thing I can say about this placement is that there is a lot of obstacles, okay, when it comes to routines, okay? Routines and systems and getting work and being productive, okay? Using your mind for work. This is the 6th house. The 6th house is ruled by Virgo. It deals with our jobs, our 9-to-5 jobs, our routines, the systems that we do on a daily basis, which is our diet, working out, making money, work, jobs, all those types of stuff, you know, what we do on a routine basis to keep up and maintain our reality on a physical level, okay? You're going to have issues with this, okay? Because you're going to lack clarity. Neptune is the planet of any and everything goes, and it's creativity, and it's abstract, and it's fluid. Okay, so when it comes to the 6th house, which deals with Virgo, which deals with, you know, ruled by Mercury, it deals with clarity and logic and systems and functioning. You tend to be lost here when it comes to learning systems, learning skills of any sort. Okay, all these things tend to get very blurry for you. I say this placement, it can be difficult to retain and remember and gather instructions, okay? This is the person that, you know, gets confused a lot. You know, you tell them to do this certain chore or this certain duty or this certain responsibility, and they can kind of be all over the place, okay? Because very similar to Neptune in the 3rd house, where, you know, there could be issues with retaining information and communicating, okay, things of the mind. It's same thing with the 6th house with Virgo, okay? This Virgo house, like, you have issues with systems and retaining information and functioning on a productive level using your mind, okay? These things get very blurry, and it could be a struggle, okay? This could be like struggling in school sometimes, you know, when you're getting homework, when you're getting classwork, when the teacher is trying to teach you, you know, you can have issues, you know, retaining and understanding the information because you got Neptune here in this house, and Neptune's blurring everything, and Neptune's so much more interested in creativity and art and things of that nature. It doesn't focus on the details, and this is all about the 6th house, okay? Again, the 6th house is ruled by Virgo, which Virgo is ruled by Mercury. It deals with our mind and how we function, use our mind, and Neptune here is blurring things. So we're having issues picking up routines here. We're having issues learning skills here. We're having issues staying focused here in order to be productive systematically and routinely, okay? Because we're having problems retaining information, paying attention, and being very careful and paying attention to details, okay? Think about it when you're like getting a job for the first time and they're teaching you all these skills of how to do it, and you got to remember like how to do all this stuff. It's all about the little details. And, you know, again, if Neptune is 6th house person, they could struggle with this. They have obstacles with the learning skills and picking up productive skills. You know, they can have issues with this. This could be hard. With Neptune in the 6th house, with these struggles and obstacles, you know, where everything being blurry and not being clear, this can lead to laziness, okay? With Neptune in the 6th house, okay? 6th house is all about being productive. It's all about getting to work, getting your responsibilities done. So because you have so many obstacles with this, this can, manifest into you being lazy, okay? You may be very uncomfortable with physical reality in the sense of like, I gotta go to work, I gotta get up, gotta do work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta get my chores done, I gotta get my responsibilities done, I gotta get my schoolwork done. Like all your responsibilities you need to do in order to maintain your physical reality. You could be very, very lazy with this, and because you're uncomfortable, okay? All the routines, all the hard work, all the physical activity, all the using your mind for clarity, the attention to details, all of this are like opposite of Neptune. Like Neptune doesn't care about routine, okay, which is sixth house. Like Neptune's all about go with the flow and forms just changing, and it just goes with the flow. It doesn't care about being in this strict like structured routine. Neptune isn't structure, so you could be very uncomfortable with this area in life of like work and responsibilities and routines and daily routines constantly doing. Like this can manifest someone who's lazy because they're very uncomfortable with the repetitiveness and the structuredness that the sixth house brings. So definitely be mindful of that, because with that lack of clarity definitely leads to unproductiveness and definitely can lead to laziness. So you definitely want to be a little bit more conscious and aware about your routines, like I said again, because it could definitely be your weak spot, and it could definitely produce a person who's lazy, who doesn't want to deal with those responsibilities, okay, our daily responsibilities. It could lead to someone who's just very uncomfortable with it, can't handle it. It's like too much, okay? This is like the person that can't keep a job, they can't keep a job because the work is just too repetitive, too boring, and they're so uncomfortable in those type of really structured environments, okay? Neptune, again, is very opposite of the sixth house, okay? Neptune rules Pisces. Virgo rules the sixth house, and Pisces and Virgo are opposite signs. So this is definitely like an opposition in the sense that Neptune is not in its habitat, is not in its home here. It's like the opposite. Like Neptune's like, I don't want to be here, this is too structured, this is too much work, so Neptune sixth house people, definitely, you guys could definitely have a lazy streak and could be very uncomfortable with work and daily routines and responsibilities, okay? And it's important to understand this because you can strengthen yourself, okay? You might not be meant for the daily routine life, but being a little bit more conscious of this, you can put a little bit more effort into it, so you're not completely unproductive, completely irresponsible, okay? But it's definitely something to understand, with the laziness, is that you have Neptune here in a house that is definitely not where it's comfortable at, with Neptune ruling Pisces and Virgo ruling the sixth house, and those being opposite energies. So yes, be mindful, and be mindful so that you don't end up being too lazy and unproductive. Also, with Neptune in the sixth house, okay, creative work, artistic work, okay, this is the type of work that is going to motivate you the best. Now, Neptune is all about your imagination, creativity, okay? This is art, photography, film, dance, sing, performing arts, visual arts, interior design. This is art in general. So very creative energy. So even though you can't do the basic things like the chores and the daily routines and all those systematic, logical, practical things that you do in the sixth house, when it comes to the creative, okay, artistic things, okay, and the arts, these are things that you're naturally good at with Neptune. So this is what you can do on a daily basis, okay? Doing creative things, doing artistic things will come natural to you and will be something that you're motivated to do. So while you might not be able to do a lot of the logical and practical activities of life, which is very important for our survival, when it comes to the creative stuff, the artistic stuff, you will naturally do that. So you won't be lazy when it comes to art. You won't be lazy when it comes to creativity, okay? And this is because this is what you're meant to do on a daily basis, okay? So like I said, you should definitely be aware of, your weaknesses here, but also be aware of your strengths, which is art and creativity. So by doing that, you'll be able to be productive creatively and artistically daily. So you might not be so keen on, the practical, logical stuff, but when it comes to the creative, artistic stuff, this is where you can excel, and this is what you can do on a daily basis, okay? The sixth house also deals with, mastering skills, okay? Perfecting skills, okay? These are the things that we put work in. So Neptune sixth house, you put work in the arts, work in the creatives, work in your imagination. So people like this, whatever you go, whatever you choose to do artistically and creatively, because you're doing it on a daily routine, on a daily basis, you can really master these skills. So say if you're a musician and you practice every single day, well, that practicing every single day is going to make you a really good musician. You're a painter, you paint every single day, sixth house, daily routines. You're going to become a really good painter, a filmmaker, a writer, a poet, a writer. You're doing this on a daily basis, these like creative endeavors on a daily basis. You're going to get really good at it. So with Neptune in the sixth house, not only is art and creatives a great field for you to go into, because you're going to be doing this on a daily basis, it becomes like a routine for you. You have strong potentials with this placement to master a lot of arts, okay? Become a really, really good position. Remember, this is the sixth house, is perfection. Practice, practice, practice. You could really become a really, really good musician, a really, really good dancer, a really, really good photographer, a really, really good writer, whatever it is you choose to do creatively, you can become really good at it. So definitely be mindful of that, because again, like I said, the practical, logical subjects can become difficult, but the artistic and creative subjects can be where you shine and where you excel in. And you excel on it so well because, like I said, this is the sixth house. You're practicing on a daily basis. So your strengths, you get so good at what you're doing artistically and creatively. So your artistic and creative gifts are strong here. There's a lot of discipline in that. There might not be a lot of discipline in general in terms of how you run your life, like the practical and logical stuff we have to do in life in order to function and maintain our physical reality. But when it comes to creative endeavors, this is where you excel at. So definitely something to be mindful of. Also, with Neptune in the sixth house, this is also a placement where routine is probably not your routine. You probably aren't built for a 9-to-5 job where you got to go into work every single day, clock in a certain time, clock out. Routines and schedules just don't really work with you, because with Neptune, everything just kind of flows. It's spontaneous. It's fluid. Okay, so routines and having a 9-to-5 job is probably not for a Neptune sixth house person, or you're gonna struggle a lot in it. Or like I said, the 9-to-5 has to be something very artistic and creative, because you're gonna have a lot of issues holding a 9-to-5 job. You're gonna get really bored at the job easily. You're gonna be very uncomfortable doing that type of practical, logical work on a daily basis. Like I said, if it's not creative, it can be very boring for you. The motivation can be very low, and just doing things on a routine level is hard for you, because on a routine level, you function emotionally. So you do things when you feel like it, basically, is what I'm saying. You're not like, Neptune sixth house, you struggle with the discipline of like doing things in a structured way repetitively. That is very hard for you. You go by your feelings and your emotions, and those change all the time. So your schedule, your routines change all the time based on how you're feeling. So a 9-to-5 job is going to be very hard, not impossible, but hard for a Neptune sixth house to keep, because they have to be on this routine basis, they got to go on this routine schedule, and they don't really have that type of motivation. They do their routines based on their feelings, and if they're not in the mood, they're not going to show up. So these are like the people that will start calling out. They'll stop showing up to work. They just can't keep a job because they're not built for that routine life. They're too creative on a routine level to do something so practical and so structured. It's just not going to work. And this is going to be like the lazy worker, the worker who can't keep a job. They start off for a couple, weeks, and then they have to leave. Like, they're not built for the 9-to-5 job. So definitely go into artistic and creative fields. A lot of creative and artistic fields usually operate on your own time, because it's your art, it's what you're selling, it's your own creatives. And especially with social media now and how the world's going, you could create a business out of your artistic skills and sell it online, and do your own thing. So Neptune 6th house people, definitely do a job that's artistic and creative, but also do a job where you control the schedule, where you get to control everything, and you're not clocking in on someone else's time and schedule, because like I said, it's going to be hard for you to maintain that schedule routine, especially if the job isn't creative, artistic. I would say, like, you could probably keep a job, a routine job, if it's creative and artistic. Okay, you could probably do that because there's still creativity and art and art that you can express. So you probably can handle the routine better because you're doing what you like, what you love, what you are. But if it's not an artistic, creative field, it's gonna be hard to do a job on a routine level. It's just probably gonna uninterest you. It's gonna bore you out, and it's gonna drain your energy. So definitely be creative with your routines and go into fields and jobs that are creative and artistic, or do a job that you have a lot of control over in terms of your schedule. Because like I said, Neptune operates on emotions and feelings, and that's how you are on a routine level. So having a job where you have this strict schedule isn't going to work for your fluid ways. So definitely something to be mindful of. 9-to-5 isn't really the placement for a Neptune and 6th house person. So with Neptune in the 6th house, be mindful of your diet. Okay, people with Neptune 6th house, Neptune is very blurry. Anything goes. Okay, you just go by your feelings and emotions, and this could be a challenge for your diet. Just eating anything you want when you feel like it, whatever you want. And people with Neptune 6th house, they can also not pay attention to their diet, not pay attention to the things that they're eating based off of their feelings. Like, you like sweets, it makes you feel good, so you're just gonna eat it. With that Neptune energy, you just do what you feel. Also, Neptune being unconscious, you're not really paying attention to your diet. You're not paying attention to what you're eating. You're not paying attention to, just like you're not paying attention to your routines, you're not paying attention to your routines in terms of what you're eating. So a lot of people can have, issues with their health here, because they aren't paying attention to their diet, what they're eating, how they're maintaining their bodies, just like they're not paying attention to their routines and their daily lives. So your diet is a part of your daily routine. So be aware of that, because you can easily have like a horrible diet, just eating things that you like because it tastes good, it makes you feel good, being all up in Neptune, all in your feelings in Neptune, and not paying attention to the fact that you're eating a lot of sweets, you're eating a lot of things that aren't good for you, you're eating things just for your feelings and comfort food, but you're not paying attention to actually how unhealthy it is, or how much you're eating or how little you're eating. Whatever it is, you're not being mindful of it, just like you're not being mindful of your daily routines, because your diet is your daily routine. So definitely be aware of that. Don't forget about your diet, because it could get very lackluster with Neptune in the 6th house. Also, addictions, okay? Neptune rules addictions to psychedelics, to drug use, substance abuse, the escapism. But you have it here in the 6th house that talks about routine. So this is doing a lot of this drugs and escapism and substances on a routine level, on a routine basis. So the addictions here can become very, very strong, okay, with Neptune in the 6th house, because Neptune, like I said, is already rules addictions, and then you put in the 6th house of routines. This is doing these at a daily basis, so it like confirms the addiction. It makes the addiction something that you do on a routine level, and that can manifest a very strong addiction. So be careful with substance abuse, drugs, with Neptune in the 6th house, because you can make this your daily routine and it can become a very strong addiction. The addictions, substance abuse, drugs, any of that sort, is a very strong thing that can manifest in this placement with mixing Neptune and putting that energy in the house of routines. Also, with Neptune in the 6th house, this is not only a good position to do artistic and creative fields, but this is also a good position to do jobs that deal with healing and emotions and psychology. Okay, Neptune is all about intuition and feeling other people's emotions. Okay, Neptune is the planet of healing. Okay, this is how we feel for each other, feel for other people's emotions, being in tune with other people, understanding how other people feel. So doing spiritual healing work, okay, healing of the emotions, therapy, those types of fields is really good for Neptune in the 6th house to do it as a job. Okay, so maybe your job is a therapist, maybe your job is social working, you know, whatever it deals with healing people and dealing with going into other people's emotions and being in tune with other people. These are good fields to go to when it comes to Neptune in the 6th house. Healing, spirituality, subjects of spirituality, of the soul, shadow work, those types of fields and careers, or just jobs in general. This could be something that you do on a daily basis. This could be your job to, you know, heal other people, be a therapist for other people, being a spiritual teacher for other people. Definitely a manifestation for Neptune in the 6th house. So yes, that is Neptune in the 6th house. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely a very interesting placement, how, you know, it has some very good placement for the arts and mastering the arts and making it your job and being creative, but also very tricky placement as well too. Okay, when it comes to your weaknesses with routines and being productive, don't fall into the laziness, okay? Bring awareness to your routines and do the things that you love, like art, creativity, healing, intuitive spirituality, all those types of things. Do those things on a daily basis because you'll be very productive there. And be aware of your daily routines because you can mess up here a lot, okay, with Neptune in the 6th house not being aware, okay, of your daily functions and stuff you got to do. All right, so that is Neptune in the 6th house. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you did book a reading with me, I do astro readings as well as tarot. All you gotta do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com and we could go forward with that. Also, check out all my music videos. All of those will be in the link in the description box below. And I'll check you guys out on the next video.